Hello, everyone. It's Thursday, meaning it's time for Deviant Paradox, a City of Mist campaign. I'm gonna begin by passing around to my players to let them introduce themselves. Starting Guard, you know that you're first now, right?
I'm aware. I knew that was going to happen. Like, not even any part of me is at all surprised. But I should grab a small bit of this little Hawkins cheesies, which are delicious, by the way. But that's enough advertising for a product that doesn't pay me to do so. But yeah, hello. I'm the Scarred Adventurer. You found me here today on Thursday, where I'm playing Warren Madness Wang. Otherwise, you will find me on Tuesdays playing Red Death, the Overkill Incarnate, and on Sundays as Arthur Wolf, more complicated than I meant to make him. When I'm not doing crazy stuff here, uh, I am usually working with the wonderful Sans Tangor Productions to eventually bring stuff. When will this stuff come out? Who's to say? I'm just gonna let that sit there for a second. Just a nice awkward silence of making people wait. Anyways, I'm gonna send it off to Bison Stonefist.
That's me. Hi. I am Bison. Bison underscore Stonefist. I gotta say it right or Kevin gets mad at me. Um, you can find me here 4 nights a week, which means I have no life. Tonight I am playing Garrett Sakes, our lovable emo. I don't have a funny middle of the name epithet this time around. I just couldn't think of one. That's okay. Um, on Saturday, I play Scooter Hobbs, our totally legitimate pilot, in the Starforged game Starsworn. I say play, but it's kind of loosely because we're all players and we're all GMs, and we're all both in neither. It's really confusing, but it makes sense when you do it. Um, Scoots is not a murderer. Okay, he's a totally legitimate pilot, and if you watch the first episode and stop calling him Scoots. Anywho, on Sundays, I play Gav the Grin, our big lovable dumbass and part-time 17th century Batman in our 7th Sea campaign, Shadow of the Vokterm. On Tuesday, I run Carnage Heights, our Cyberpunk Red campaign. I say run because, in quotations, because it's exactly that wild. I'm just kind of along for the ride. Uh, it has free rent space in my head 24/7. It's constantly like a Cyberpunk 2045.exe just running constantly. Um, that's all I do other than post memes in the Discord and talk way too much about Warhammer. On to Solar.
Me?
Yeah.
Hi, it's Solar Dasher here, the one who never has any time for streaming but tries to stream anyway. You've caught me here, which is the only show I'm on right now. Tonight I'll be playing Hikaru Flamon Shibata, uh, a fiery, temperamental, redheaded, cool ass dude who lives rent free in my head always, along with my dog beside me, apparently, because she decided to make her presence known. Anyway, I you can catch me trying to stream on Saturdays depending on how busy I am. I work most Saturdays right now, but cross my fingers that may change. I'm hoping and praying it will. Cross my fingers big time, everybody. So yeah, with that then I'm gonna just hop it on over to, let's see here. Let's see here. Who do we have? I'm just like blanking out all of a sudden. Let's go to Professor Morai.
Muted.
I was watching Fox over here doing the little wide-eyed dance. I am Anna Maria Salvaggio, otherwise known as Renmelian, short for the Renaissance Chameleon, and maker of all things. Longtime gamer, and have recently joined as Professor Jessa Morai, who is the head of the computer department, a new department in the Thursday night game. Happy to be here. And I am here when I'm not running events. So if you don't see me one week, it's probably because I'm at an event and I miss y'all when I'm not here. So I'm going to hot potato Artie, who is waiting.
Hi, I am Rock Paper Fox, also known as Fox. Well, Fox, also known as Rock Paper Fox on all socials, except for Twitch, where you can find me as Rock Paper Fox Nerd. I am usually here haunting the chat as the secondary chat cryptid when Bat Kyle's not around. And usually, if you saw Tuesday, you know that I'm also sometimes lovingly cuss out the DM for giving us trauma. So yeah, I am a illustrator designer. I also stream. Was told to like talk a little bit like slower, and I am like losing my mind. So yeah, just going with it. I'm an illustrator and designer. I stream on Mondays and Fridays as a streamer doing fun things with art and games. And this month we are actually doing painting miniatures. So that's really fun. So you should totally go check that out. And yeah. And you can find me here on Thursdays where I'm playing Artie. I have a book for that abbot. So be fun. And let's go ahead and pass it off to who hasn't gone. That would be Grant.
Hello, I am known as Grant on Thursday nights. That is the night that you'll find us with the whole thing, which is Deviant Paradox. Well, you're going to be here for a little bit longer and figure out what that is after the introductions are done. The main place you can find me is over on the Dirty 20 Discord. That's where I've been for a long time. And that's where you can find all of us as well as the other shows that we do throughout the week. We are here 5 days a week out of the 7. And we have games kind of stretching. Well, usually in the evenings, we have one game on the earlier side for those that, might be at work or might be in slightly less convenient time zones and where it's stupidly early in the morning. That aside, here on Thursday nights playing Grant Everfull, the sword-toting person who prays the people on the that don't see the mythos things can't see it, the 6 or 7 foot sword, because that's something that's hard to explain to somebody. And the other night that I'm here is Saturday nights. On Saturday nights, I play James Aname, who is the medical doctor who lost a whole bunch of people, and the ship decided that it didn't want to ship anymore. Lost the captain's quarters, kept Scooter. We lost the cook. We lost all the scientists except for 2. And everybody else except for an engineer, a head scientist, medical doctor, and a captain. So that's going to be a bit of chaos. But you're not here for that game. You're here for tonight. And tonight we have a lot of people. And we have a group of, youngins that we all have grown to love. And we've only known them realistically for like half of a day. But at this point, we've all decided if anything happens to them, this whole campus might be going to the ground. To find out how much of this campus may not be surviving till the morning, I'm going to toss it back to our story keeper, and in case there's any other introduction stuff they have to do.
Also, our producer for tonight is the wonderful Gloriosa. So if you see me just laugh randomly, it is because I am watching her reactions, because she breaks me up all the time and I love it. No, it's great. That's what I said. I love it. Also, I am giving this extra warning at the beginning of our sessions. This story is about subjects that we at Dirty 20 Gaming don't normally head into. References of torture, manipulation, and other much darker subjects are a possibility. My players and producer all have an X card that they can use at any time. You, the audience, does not. I'm not asking you not to watch our show, but to please take care of yourself. Thank you for listening to our extra bit of warning. Our VTT is Roll20. Art is from Hero Forge. I'm just seeing people like typing and I'm getting worried. Heading back into the world of Pueblo de Bonito. Professor Morai and Warren. Warren, this second day after your run-in with the Smile Man, you wake up back in your room. I'm so sorry. Literally where I'm looking right now. Just literally where I'm looking. And you begin to start your day like it was any other day. Professor Morai, though, and the rest of the group watch you walk away as a puppet. Something else controlling you.
Well, shit.
You're able to like roll at any time to get out of this. I will tell you.
Okay. What do I need to roll?
This is what happens when I'm trying to look up stuff. Investigate. Add your.
I forgot to.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Tell me what I need to add.
I was gonna
Because
say
literally, if I add anything, then it makes it a success.
I was going to say you can probably add your my perception is, or my reality is different than yours.
Okay.
But we're gonna use the 6 for the first roll.
All right.
As you continue
I'm gonna roll
on
the
with
second
your
roll.
yeah. As you continue on with your day with Morai following you.
Exact same thing. Exact same roll, I mean.
Literally.
Well, one was a 5 and a 1. The other one is 2 3s. Same
So,
result.
Morai, as you're kind of bringing him to someone that you think can help, he he just lives like further into the woods. And you've known this guy. He is like, okay, yeah, that's where this character shows up. Yay. He is like 6'6" and a bear of a man. He has a beard that is huge and fluffy and covers a lot of his body. In the hair, in the body parts of his body that you can't see, it is just hair. This man could be Sasquatch himself.
I was gonna say, so he's basically Bigfoot.
Basically.
Bison's killing me. Y'all can't see it. So,
as
yeah, this guy's big into cryptids, and
yes,
so I'm heading over there. Apparently, does a lot of shrooms in the woods.
Does he look like a big
Speaking
friend?
of Tripses,
yes, he does look like a big friend.
yes.
Yeah, when I said that's where you show up, dude, that's why.
That's why I started laughing. I knew exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah.
And I don't, and I have a feeling we're gonna regret that.
Yeah, and he also told me his name in this universe, and I'm just like, you couldn't have been more like creative? No? Just Bison Grunkle? Okay, cool. Yeah. Or Bigfred Grunkle. Sorry. Bigfred Grunkle. I'm like, cool. That is the name we're going with. As you come up, he is already outside to greet you in the biggest hug.
I give him a huge hug back and start kind of explaining what's been going on and explain what's going on visibly with Warren in particular.
He looks at
Imagining
you.
little puppet me is just like trying to give a lecture to like students that don't exist.
Basically, yeah. You're helping with some class, is what it looks like to Professor Morai.
They're just like stacks of leaves that I have as papers.
Okay, get everybody in class to be quiet.
Yeah.
A bunch of squirrels.
He looks immediately and he just goes, "You've had some weird people come to my door. This might be the weirdest. Why don't you come in? What'd he take?"
He didn't take anything.
Great.
Probably wouldn't hurt him now.
Probably wouldn't.
But yeah, and I try to kind of wrangle Warren towards the cabin door. It's like, field trip,
Okay.
come on, we gotta get everybody together.
Warren, roll for me
Wait,
again.
you said puppet. You said puppet. I'm just asking.
Puppet.
Do you mean
Marionette.
marionette?
Yes.
Or do you mean Muppet?
I mean marionette. No.
Muppet would be funnier, but no.
just a
marionette.
sock that's walking around on the ground. Ah!
Elmo was a glove.
Big googly eyes.
And also, Soren is with you the entire time, Morai. Just do you know what to do? I don't know what to do. He hasn't been like this before, and I don't
11.
know how to. Yay. So, as you enter this hut, Warren, it's like something just pulls off of your eyes.
Do I see myself as a puppet?
No,
Am I still a puppet?
you're out of the control of whoever was controlling you.
Well, hello, strange bearded fellow.
Welcome back, Warren. The hell?
What'd you
What
take?
day is it?
The next day is effectively what you got told.
God damn it. I missed my class.
Partially, yes. Not fully. You can
That
still
means
get
I'm
back.
late regardless. That doesn't help.
You can go to class now still.
You're not late. You're absent. There's a difference.
Yeah. You're just not
If he
there.
goes now, he'll be late.
Mm.
Either way,
it?
Warren is struggling with this and has a sudden crack in his brain.
Another? Oh no.
How do you feel?
I didn't send in a notification beforehand. This is bad.
You're here. That's what matters. We gotta get to the bottom of this. How are you feeling?
Like I let down some of my students.
Aside from that.
Mostly annoyed and curious as to why I'm carrying all these leaves.
I'll explain later. And don't worry about it. I can get you out of any trouble with the school and with your students.
If he was acting like a puppet, you might be looking for a puppet master.
Well,
We've had a few
sounds
instances.
like fun.
He looks down his wristwatch. Yeah, you guys need to get going, don't you? I'm here if you need me, Jessa.
Thanks. It was good to see you.
Good to see you. Just please, whatever's going on, be careful. It looks like you guys might be in some real danger.
Yeah, we're already figuring that, and we've got students involved, so.
Yeah. It was nice meeting you, strange bearded man. And Warren
Bigfoot.
walks out the door before he can get the name.
Yes, he's always that abrupt. Sorry. I give him a hug and then head out.
Yeah. Cutting back while Professor Morai, you do have a note left at your cottage when you get back that says we are headed to school.
Okay.
And
I'm
also
gonna change
Professor
clothes and
Morai.
prep and get ready and go.
Yeah. Also Professor Morai and Warren, you both know that today would have been high school day or graduate's day or however they've said in the past. This year, it's Children's Day. They brought kids to campus.
This is gonna get interesting.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
No.
Also, Children's Day is normally Japanese, but it's strange that they're doing it here in America.
Cultural exchange program.
Maybe. I don't know. Shush.
Culturally strange program, yes.
Culturally estranged program, because that's what I heard. I know it's the
I just said
tinnitus.
culturally strange. But still, yeah,
Fair, yeah, that kind of sounds the same.
Yeah.
it all works. Whatever.
Eh.
Cultural
other-
exchange.
Everybody else in the library. Artie, I believe we left off with you and Penny.
Yep. Fun fact: Master of Puppets started playing. Literally, as he said, you're looking for a puppet master. That started playing.
Oh my
Not
word.
kidding. All right. Yeah, I think I was just talking to Penny.
Yeah, because she was looking at the puppets. As she looks up at you and her head lolls at a very odd angle. But there are no strings on me, right?
Not at all.
Moves back to looking at the puppets.
Hey,
Who had the other kids? Dolly, IT, and Obi.
Garrett was with IT until IT did what IT do
Yep.
and somehow beat them all there, despite running in the wrong direction. So I think Garrett's just kind of like, he's working on his term paper like he said he was going to, but generally also just in a spot where he can watch all four of them.
Okay. You can see Artie off with Penny. IT and Obi are playing together or reading. You're not quite sure.
Just throwing knives to each other.
No, not yet. And Dolly is still doing what Artie had tasked her to do with putting the books back in.
She's basically going through and like stamping them and like checking the dates and like making sure that they're not damaged.
Yeah.
What's with Lizzie?
Hmm?
Like, I think Nora and Lizzie are in the library. Lizzie just wants to stay away from the kids.
Yeah.
So Nora's with Lizzie.
So that leaves Grant. So Grant's kind of
Grant and
around.
Hikaru.
Yeah. So at least Grant is around where Garrett is, by looking for more. He's trying to figure out what options for information he has.
Mhm.
Yes, the term paper is concerning, but also the whole, everybody says, oh, it goes away in, 3 days. But there's not really been any guarantees of that.
So you're doing research. Okay.
So we're kind of doing research, but also kind of keeping an eye on who might be not recognized that might be usable as more personal sources of information.
Yeah. And Hikaru.
Sorry about that. I have no idea what he's doing right now. He's probably trying to tame the dogs that are barking outside.
Okay. So, yeah, Grant, you're gonna roll me investigate. Actually, yeah. Anyone that is watching the kids, roll me investigate.
Does that work with me because I'm with Penny?
Yep.
Okay.
That'll make sense.
Would eye for detail work with this?
Yes.
And student librarian?
Yeah. That should work.
Or organized and timely? Like keeping
Student librarian, you've
student
been
librarian.
around more kids.
Mm-hmm.
Mild success.
A great success.
Sorry.
I like how it's a rolled 10.
15, jeez.
Yeah. Oh, Grant.
I know
Oh, Lord.
everything.
Yeah, Grant knows a lot. Is Nora watching the kids or no?
Probably. Would sharp wit, 1 second. Psychology student, psychoanalysis, or deduction help?
Deduction and psych student.
Great success.
Hikaru, are you also watching the kids?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. He's not going to go too far.
Roll
But
me
I guess
investigate.
the dogs were arguing in his head and he was hearing things.
Hikaru's got that dog in him.
Nice.
Don't make me spew.
I'm good at making people spew. Don't worry. I'm so sorry. No.
She said.
So,
Well
No,
then.
we're not.
No.
Putting the
No,
dirty
I'm
in
just
Dirty
being
20
weird.
gaming.
I'm sorry.
It's what I'm good for.
Thirsty seas, y'all.
Kyle, dirty 20 after dark hashtag.
There was.
okay, so did you need me to roll something?
Yes, investigate, please. For if you're watching the kids.
Oh, yeah. Given Hikaru's
Oh.
mythos, that's like an entire mood.
Mhm.
Watching kids.
Dog.
Yep, that's what I'm hoping.
What the hell?
Like Grant was actually paying attention to the kids.
Try reopening it and see if that'll work. Jeez Louise.
Okay.
Not Kyle saying we'll put towels down for next session.
In a
Good.
miss. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So Garrett and Rock Paper Fox, you don't. What you both see is Penny's strings. Grant and Nora notice that there are strings on all 4 of the kids.
Cool. Great.
Hey Grant, do you see what I see?
Considering how things work, if we were seeing the same thing, we shouldn't speak out loud, but that's that which we see.
Yeah, just do ya?
Although following it may be to our benefit.
We can talk in my house later.
So not good.
Grant's gonna start following them back.
Oh, you're following the strings?
I mean, he's gonna see if Garrett can follow it a little more subtly than Grant can, because he's not exactly the most subtle of people.
Yeah. I will for sure sneak around.
Are you going to also sneak, Grant? I just asked the paladin to sneak. I know what I just did.
Oh, don't worry. Because of what I'm doing, I might have a power tag that's applicable.
Yay!
Jeez.
What?
Mild success.
Okay.
I roll a 3 and a 1. This is just not my night.
Yeah.
Would you give me eye for detail or no?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying for that and Slayer of Monsters, thinking it's more like a tracking thing.
Okay.
I'm not using the actual disappearing and shadow manipulation because it's daytime.
That's as we expected. I mean, he's still following the strings, but he knows he suspects it's not going to be particularly
this
subtle.
is okay. I know how to do this then.
Zoinks.
Morai and Warren, this is when you enter. You you watch as Gary and Grant look like they're trying to sneak after something that you do not see.
After last night, we could just be high.
I'm gonna roll to see if I can understand what's going on for the investigation as well.
Okay.
I can use limitless curiosity. Imagination is the only weapon we have in the war against reality. And understanding that things are different than what I can actually perceive is my reality is different than yours.
Okay.
I don't have anything else I can really use. I mean, I could use I strive to know myself and others, but that doesn't really work for this.
Yeah, especially since you haven't met the kids that you're trying to understand.
I'm not trying to understand me. I'm trying to understand the people I work with, my friends. Still, 11.
Great success.
Great damn time.
Yeah. Problem?
So,
This is just really
neurotypical. What's that?
So have I worked out what they're trying to do?
You work out that they're following something. You cannot see it yourself.
Can we see
But
that they're
they're
looking at the kids?
Well, the kids are inside the library. You guys are outside of the library.
Okay.
And y'all haven't met said kiddos yet.
Yeah.
Right.
So you know they're following something that came out of the library and they're following it somewhere else.
With a great success, am I able to tell what direction that they're trying to go?
They're headed to the theater.
Cool. I'm going to go with them. I'll tell Morai that I'm going with them to the theater. Because that's where it appears that they're going.
I'm gonna head to the library.
Okay.
And I'll also say hi to Grant and Garrett, and I'll go, your sneaking sucks.
Shit.
Oh, you're not a puppet.
a puppet.
No, that was a surprise for me as well.
Why
Are you
do
following
you
us or no?
Why do you smell
I
like
following
stale
you,
beer
or-
and cigarettes?
I don't know. There's some weird beardy dude in the woods that I'm pretty sure sells mushrooms to people. I don't know.
Okay.
And I don't know if these are the fun kind of mushrooms or if they're just he's a guy that knows how to grow shiitake here in the city. I'm just saying.
It's both.
It's important.
It's definitely both.
It's both.
But anyways, so we're heading to the theater, right?
If that's where
I,
these
I
lead.
guess.
Cool.
I guess we're heading to the theater.
Do you want me to try to make us actually sneaky, or do you want to just keep walking like this as you are crouched and I can hear change jangling in your pants?
Garrett stands.
I'll just stand and walk.
Probably a good call.
We're just walking to a different class, right?
Exactly.
Was it really that bad?
Yes.
Somebody.
It was
Lost some.
well, how do I describe it? You ever notice a bear trying to hide behind a telephone pole?
Actually,
Or
yeah.
no, a street sign.
Actually, yeah. Okay. All right, I guess we're walking to the theater.
Cutting back to inside as Morai enters. We will.
So basically, I see Artie with the kids.
Yeah, I think Artie's internet crashed.
Yeah.
He'll be back, hopefully. As Morai, as you enter, you see a small girl with tattered clothes, overalls that are kind of dirty, shoes that don't look like they exactly fit, or they may be a size or two too big, but they're dirty. Standing with Artie, you see another little girl who you would probably know as the janitor's daughter, Dolly. And then two other kids that you've heard about who play on campus often as their parents work on campus as staff.
Would I
What
have
else?
talked to Dolly before?
That's OB and IT.
Or would it
I'm
be-
just walking into the library, so I know you
Yeah.
lost. I know you lost camera for a sec. So you
Yeah.
haven't missed anything. I'm just walking in.
No. As so yeah, you see these kids, they're reading and being pretty good, honestly.
Do I sense anything off about the kids? You said their shoes are all too big and they're
Well, for Pennies, the little girl with Artie.
okay.
The other three, one is dressed as a red salamander. Dolly, who is doing the like returning of the books. She is also you wouldn't see it, but she has a little wooden sword on her. Obi is a kid dressed up as a green frog. Literally just see his face. And IT is wearing a robot t-shirt, and because Fox did do this to them, he also has a prosthetic leg. Yes! I love that. And IT also has a very dirty old teddy bear that he always keeps with him.
Hey, Artie, it looks like you have a new crew.
Yes. That's over there is Dolly, and I'm pointing out the little one at the desk. Sometimes she comes over and visits me. I help watch her when her. That way she doesn't get into too much trouble if her dad has to be late.
Janitor's little girl, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, Mr. Woodyer sometimes has to work late, so I'll keep the library open a little longer so she can be there. She enjoys helping with the books.
Who wouldn't?
And this here is Penny.
Hi, Penny.
She's new to the group.
Penny
Um,
looks up to Professor Morai, and her head does swing in a very unusual way when she goes to look up at you. And then she waves. And her hand goes down and her head goes back.
I would probably kind of look at Artie.
Oh, I give her
with
the
a
look
little
of
bit
don't
of
say
a-
anything.
Yeah.
Just go. She's here and she's having fun with us today, and we're going to make sure she has a wonderful time, aren't we?
Awesome.
I'm giving her the look of don't fucking touch this kid.
Mm,
um,
I would probably pull my backpack off my back and pull the rabbit out. And just sit there with the rabbit.
stress petting.
Not necessarily, but kind of the rabbit can keep an eye on the kids too.
Professor Morai, roll me investigate.
1d6?
Yes.
Two.
2d6. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably be rolling mine because
11 total. 6 and a 5.
Yeah. You see the strings coming off of the kids. Just like you did with
probably kind of cued in with when Penny looked up at me that it looked like what was going on with Warren. So, which is why I wasn't saying anything, and I just kind of, waited till her head went back down and just kind of subtle look at Artie.
hey kids, you want to see something really cool? Actually, no, I was gonna show only Penny this because the other kids didn't see the cool things that Garrett and them did, right?
Oh god, I don't remember if
I remember it being shown to Penny. I don't think it was shown to any of the other kids.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. So I'd be to Penny, be like, you want to see something cool? Come on. Come here. Let's go a little bit around the corner. This is a secret between me and you, all right? And I take out my sketchbook. You said your favorite was whales, right?
Yeah.
And I draw a whale.
Roll high.
I draw a whale. And I go. I rip off the paper and I like crumple it up and go. Tap it. Tap my hand.
She does.
And it turns into a whale and swims around her.
Artie, roll me face danger.
Oh fuck.
Oh no.
Okay. Can I use anything for this?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Can I use like student librarian, eye for detail?
Yeah.
Student librarian, eye for details, and freedom.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm rolling by hand. We're not doing this.
What, you don't trust Roll20?
No, I do not. That's a total of 12. So 9 plus 3.
Okay. When she touches you, you see a gentleman in a room without windows, one door, crying.
Do I recognize the man?
No.
Do I recognize the room?
How much time have you spent in the theater?
Probably is semi. It depends on what's going on. I mean, I'm a student librarian. I feel like I've probably dropped off books.
But you probably haven't gone into the more tech areas, right?
Probably not. I don't know. I don't know if I have. That's the thing.
She's got this, should I have? Like,
It's like, should I?
Would Artie need to go there?
Probably not.
So she's probably never seen this room before either.
Yeah, because I don't really like go to random places outside of librarian classes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know where things are, but unless I had like someone, would I have had known anyone in faculty that I would have like hung out with?
Unless you knew the theater teacher, but I don't think you did.
Probably.
It'd only be to drop off scripts, probably.
Well, art history, wouldn't that have theaters in it as well?
No,
Depends on the
No,
mod.
damn it.
Probably not. No.
no, not normally. Theater and art are actually weirdly very separated.
Yeah, I know. And even when they have like a lot of
costuming
overlap,
reference? Costuming reference, maybe?
that wouldn't require a technical thing, and that would be something that would be dropped off in front, I feel like, rather
Mhm.
than the tech room.
Yeah.
And even then, most people, most professors, I feel like, would go into the library for it to be properly checked out and put into the system, unless running a one time. I hate how my brain works like this. Okay.
So no, you have
No.
not seen this room,
Sadly, no.
and you've never seen this man.
So it's just a momentary for a minute.
Oh yeah.
Don't say anything to the kid. Steal. And just opens my hands. And it just goes around and it goes around her head and floats.
Yeah, she watches it with this awe that only a child has.
And another one comes out, another one.
Nora, Hikaru, you do see this.
And then little stars. Take little strips of paper and make little stars that also float.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And this is what I can do. Winks. You want to see them do a flip?
Can they?
Mm-hmm. They start acting as if they're breaching, and then one of them goes, and there are tiny little whale cries as they fly through.
Mm-hmm. To you, Nora, as you've been talking to Liz this whole time, as she sees this with Artie, she kind of leans over. So who's gonna crack first?
What do you mean?
You know, like us. Where one of us broke and we all kind of felt like dominoes.
That is a good question. Warren, probably.
I haven't seen enough of him in a while.
Well,
He's one of you guys?
yeah.
Who's he connected to? Or do you not know?
Not 100% sure just yet.
Would
Hopefully he
know
has
because
it.
I did tell her.
Oh, Nora does know?
Lizzie knows
That's right. Yeah, Lizzie does know.
because we talked about that in the cafe.
Yeah, I totally forgot.
It's all good.
No, so yeah, never mind. Reversing that. Yeah, you probably right with something like that in his head.
Yeah.
But if he goes down, I can't imagine Artie's not far to follow.
I agree.
At least they got a professor.
Yeah.
We had Jack All to help us.
Yeah. Had to kind of figure it out on our own.
Yep. Have they asked you any questions?
No. I don't think any of them know. Probably think I've just been awakened like them.
They're in for a very nasty surprise then, aren't they?
Potentially.
Where did the freshmen go? I wasn't paying attention. Shit. Are they going to be okay on their own?
I think they'll manage.
And she kind of yells over to Hikaru. You're a freshman too, right?
I realized I was mute. Yes, I am.
Yeah. Freshmen should not be dealing with this shit.
Yeah. It's not fair to them.
Nope.
But when has anything ever really been fair?
Oh, it's not.
Exactly.
Cutting over to Garrett, Grant, and Warren.
Oh no.
Hello there.
We're off to see the string man, the wonderful string man of this campus. There's not a good rhyme for that. I can't come up with one. Anyways,
Kind of
Worst
fell
things that
apart
you
at
could
the
have put
end.
before.
fell apart real fast. Anyways, I'm gonna stop skipping.
I'm so the image I got in my brain was too much. As you guys get closer to the theater, I can't trust Zoom chat. I can't trust Twitch chat.
Why would you trust Twitch chat? Back Kyle is here.
Oh, I know.
Why would you do this to yourself?
As you guys get to the not the library, the theater. There we go. Of course, there are students milling about. You have some students who are dressed in all black, who are carrying
Becky's.
everything
No,
from giant pieces of wood to a plunger. Why a
stage
plunger?
ninjas.
You don't know.
Stage ninjas.
The less
Yeah.
you know, the better.
You never question it.
Nope.
No. As you continue to follow it, though, through the shop, Um, yeah, one of the students who is wearing a large jacket over their blacks, kind of from the other side, see you. Just not even really looking at you, but they know you're there. And you hear them yell, "Are you wearing closed-toed shoes in here?"
Yes.
Garrett
I
looks
probably
down at
would
his
be. I
Garrett
think
looks down
Grant
at
is.
his raggedy ass Chuck Taylors.
It's closed.
Yeah. No, toe hasn't blown out yet. We're good.
Good. Otherwise, I don't give a shit. Where are you headed? Are you new?
That is a good question. I
Are
don't
you
say
new
that to
techs?
him.
Uh,
How do you want to handle this?
We know our path,
I
but not our
literally look at them.
destination. Unfortunately, our path seems to go through here.
yeah, Professor Morai needed something for a presentation.
What'd she need?
She
you
said
headed-
she said we'd know it when we see it. Sorry.
Don't touch my fucking set, or I will burn you all to the ground. If you want
Her
props,
internet. Is it her?
shush.
It is now.
It is now.
That's so funny.
Character wasn't supposed to be Runa. It is now though. As
I'm a philosophy major. I don't think I need props for
Did
anything.
they start seeing sparks?
no.
No, but there are lightning bolts on their jacket.
I guess, have we stopped or have we just kept following our path?
If
If
they
they
As
touch
far as
the
I know,
set,
Grant's
they will though.
not stopped.
Yeah, Garrett hasn't stopped.
Yeah, then she's just like, just don't touch the set. Don't touch something you're not supposed to touch. I don't care. It's gonna be Hell Week next week, and I don't give a fuck.
I'm so sorry for you, above table. In character, he has no idea what that means.
Yeah, I know. I know characters don't, but
Grant has no context for that. It's like, huh, strange. My week's been pretty hellish, so I'm not sure
The
what
only-
yours is going to be like.
You said
The
Hell
only
Week
thing-
and my body went
The only thing Warren understands about theater is the to be or not to be speech, because that's also philosophical jargon.
the strings continue to lead you further into the theater. Backstage, you pass by 2 dressing rooms, pass by the costume shop that you can see beautifully brightly lit, to a very small closet furthest from the shop, to a closed door.
Do we hear anything inside?
What you hear at first is just music.
What music?
I was pulling that up for you guys. Give me a second.
I mean,
Garrett
so
and Brett, I
first,
do quickly say, do we just want to knock? Like, what do we do?
I mean, I think the music, depending on the music, will mean, okay, do we knock or, do we think knocking is to disrupt whatever's occurring inside? Or do we want to interrupt whatever's occurring inside?
Here it is.
So
Sending it via.
Master of the Muppets. Sorry.
That's no.
not that one. That's the other music that was said.
Yeah, it is in Zoom chat.
It's in chat. That's a link. I got to open the link to figure out what the
Yeah.
music was.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
spooky.
Damn it.
It's okay. Twitch will tell you what the music was.
Mhm.
Oh,
If anyone can
no.
identify it.
Why? That's really what we're going with. All right.
Little dramatic. Do you think
That
they would have
that's
unlocked the door?
that's a try the door. That's not a knock when you go up to a door that's the strings that go to. You open that door. You don't knock.
Okay, cool. Let's do
Yeah.
it. Warren opens the door.
So that chat knows what it was. It is the music box version from Phantom of the Opera.
No, that is a borderline breach the door, but be nice because this
Specifically
is
the
still
music
like a
box
set.
version.
Yeah, and it's specifically the music box version.
Box version.
We're backstage. It's not a set, and we don't have to worry about being attacked by the lovely woman in the lightning jacket. So I think we can just open it. And Warren just puts his hand around the knob and starts to
Just
turn
gonna
unless
hide
anyone
now?
stops me.
I mean, we're not going to go full guns blazing, but we're going to kind of see what happens when we open the door and see who's inside.
Well, it's
Garrett
open now.
slips into the shadow. He's like, I am not.
I'm not drawn, but it's kind of the able to. So probably backpack's on the ground right now.
Yeah, Warren's definitely opened the door at this point.
As you do, you see what I can only describe as a prop room with props hanging from the ceiling. They are all over the walls. An older gentleman sits at a table. This room has no windows and one door as he's working on whatever prop he is working on.
Full of nightmares.
Hello.
We can. I was going to say, where do the strings go?
To him.
To him. Okay.
Is this shared with Warren? Because he still can't see the strings.
Yes. At this point, it's okay, we're following strings that came from a group of children, and they end with this gentleman at the table.
Cool. Let's talk to him. Let's see what's going on. Hello. Look, this is the other characters would go, let's kick his ass. This is Warren going, let's talk. Let's see what happens.
Grant's on the let's talk right now, but there's time.
As you open the door, Warren, that freeze was perfect. I'm just saying. He doesn't look up, but he hears the door open. So, what do you need?
Well, I think it's less need and more want to figure out why are all these things connected to you?
Things.
You know, and also what are you doing currently? And why do they have to do with children?
He at that he turns. Is my daughter okay?
I'm assuming.
Is my daughter okay?
The old man hears a voice like inside his ear. Penny.
Yes, that is my daughter. Is she okay? Do I need?
Yes.
Then what do you want? I'm working on prop.
Yeah, so I've got a pretty good idea of what we are in relation to each other. Do you want to talk about these things? I don't really know where to go with this. It's just like you seem to be your strings seem to be attached to other children.
And may have influenced you this morning, Warren.
Penny
That's my biggest
And
concern.
me as well.
Penny introduced me to
unpleasant.
new children this morning. Are they not nice?
Oh no, I'm assuming that they're children, so 50-50 shot. Uh, Warren is actually going to investigate to see how this man is moving.
Okay, go ahead.
If it's natural or if it's more,
Puppet-esque.
yeah. So I'm going to use the three I tend to use, which is limitless curiosity, but also free thinker in this. Imagination and my reality is different than yours because he's trying to see if that is
Can
13.
Grant attempt similar to kind of see, okay, yes, he's here, but is there something else that we should be aware of?
Okay.
From where I am, because I mean, if this is a dark room, I can be anywhere. What is he working on?
What he's working on is a music box for the next next show at the school.
So Grant got a 10 and I got a 13.
Yeah. Okay. So what were you asking for again? I'm so sorry.
I'm asking to see if he's moving the way a human being should be moving.
Okay. Yes, he does. And
Ooh,
yeah,
there's a but.
The fume.
Sorry.
But as you go to watch his hands move much faster. And
Grant
what were you looking for, Grant?
Grant was trying to determine if it's only this person in the room, or if there's kind of, I know Garrett's in the shadows, but if there's like another like set of eyes that he can feel in the room, other than like the four of them.
There is only this gentleman.
It's only this gentleman. So unless something's influencing him from afar, it's him or his mythos, to put it gently.
And this is a question of just Warren does have Warren has read enough that I'm assuming he would be familiar with Pinocchio to a degree.
Yeah.
So he's kind of worked out who this is.
Okay.
If that's acceptable.
Yeah. With a 13, yeah.
Okay. This is, would Warren have the knowledge of that this man might be looking for the blue fairy? That maybe his daughter is not complete. If it goes the way the story would be going.
In a sense, yes.
Oh, this is a maniacal, almost sinister looking smile is on Warren's face. He's just smiling because he figured everything out. But that is not what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Warren?
Are you looking for her right now?
My daughter?
No, the blue one.
And at that, you watch him. Hate to say it this way. You watch what he does change as he kind of moves over the music box that he's been working on. And trigger warning, drugs. He pulls out a bag of something blue. You mean this? Is this what you are looking for?
Not even slightly. I meant the fairy. How connected are you to your?
I am not into that type of thing. I am sorry you have the wrong person.
Wrong thing. I'm glad you think I'm interested, but that's the wrong thing. And also might be a little offensive to people if we keep saying that. So we should maybe take that out of our lexicon for that.
I'm in the wherever Garrett goes when he goes into the shadows. Can I see the strings?
Roll me investigate again
Okay.
to see if you can see them on his hands.
And great success.
I'm never gonna know.
Sorry.
Cutting those isn't an option.
It's a
I know.
mimetic in my head at this point. It lives
Oh,
rent free.
I realize. As you look at his hands, you can see that these strings are attached to his hands. As he moves them, you almost see as another hand is working when he doesn't even realize it.
So he's the puppet, or he's a puppet.
Aren't we all puppets to a degree?
I'm going to
Well, the philosophical concept of that is difficult to explain, but yes.
I am going to try and grab the strings and tug.
Change the game.
Change the game. All right, I think the same would all apply. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Mild success.
Yeah. Okay. You go to grab them and somehow it's not his hand that grabs you first, it is a different hand. His hand just comes next.
You're not the puppet master.
I am a creator. I create.
Are you on contract to anyone?
Not your daughter. And it was definitely posed as a question.
And you kind of see him when you ask, not your daughter. You kind of see him get puffy at that. No one knows. No one has to know.
The others.
Her friends. And
Strings.
I am a creator.
Not yours to create.
Mine to protect. As with his other hand, he gestures to all the props.
Garrett leaves the Shadow Realm, and you can see that he's like literally right next to this guy, the teacher. Like, how long ago did she? And he doesn't finish what he was going to say.
Three years ago, with her mother. Car accident. Nothing
Blue
I could do.
Fairy. The Blue Fairy.
Made a deal.
With who?
I could have my daughter back at a price.
What's the price?
You watch him as he lets go of Garrett's arm and gets back to work.
He can't stop.
Are the strings connected to payments?
Time. They all work off of time.
You take their time to power hers.
Not the other kids, no. The other children I protect.
So whose time are you taking?
And his face moves to yours, Warren. I have to find Puppet.
This isn't right. You know it's not. She's so
protect.
sad.
I work.
She's so sad.
She has friends.
That doesn't matter. She has friends, but she's still alone. She's not supposed to be here.
She seemed so happy.
Does she?
Cutting back to the other group.
You like the whales? Do you want
Penny
me to draw
just-
something else?
No, thank you.
You sure?
Yeah.
You want more whales?
We ask my friends.
I don't know if they could see what you see. We could
They-
try.
They
They
can.
can?
Yeah.
They can see you?
They saw Garrett's shadow puppets.
They saw Garrett's shadow puppets. They saw Grant's.
I would just pop around they just see a head pop around a bookshelf. Hey kids! Dolly! Dolly! Obi! IT! Come here.
All the kids follow. Nora, Hikaru, Morai, what are you guys doing?
I will probably follow the kids
Follow the kids.
at a distance, but
I kind of like take the whales and just go, let's show them all. Let's show it. And I just go ahead and like take it for a second. Do you kids want to see something fun?
And immediately, yeah!
Remember
Like
the
way
secret?
too loud in the
No.
library.
Mm.
I'm assuming Dolly's also helping them be quiet.
Yeah.
Because she knows the rules.
Yeah, but IT and Obi, absolute menaces.
And I on
I was
the
not muted.
pages. I just flip through the pages and the whales come out, and then I'm assuming Obi's holding the frog.
Hmm.
It and hops off up his shoulder onto his shoulder.
I wish I could react as Obi. I can't. His voice is way too hard.
You have an Obi.
Yeah,
comes.
now.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
I'm so excited! Oh, we can play with Frog! Ribbit! Hoppity hoppity! Hip hop!
Hip hop and you don't stop.
So I was doing he like the frog just goes around in circles and then like hops up onto his shoulder, then hops around.
Yeah. And Obi just
and then-
follows
Oh.
him.
Obi would be hopping after the frog,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but on all
100%.
fours. That's
Yeah.
what he'd be doing.
Hikaru will keep an eye on Obi.
Oh, they're around. Like he's hopping around me and the kids basically, because I have full control of everything. And then See ya. Of the butterfly from Dolly. Sorry, I keep hitting my mic. Um, and it flies around her, which I'm assuming makes her super excited.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Dolly, I have another cool thing for you. And I hit the page, and a dragon comes out. And he
Oh,
goes, and kind of flies over and goes,
oh, Dolly
on
is
her.
chasing the dragon.
Go in
You've
her
just
hand, and then it would fly around. And the
Yeah.
whales. And then IT has goes, and I look at IT, go, what's your favorite animal?
I don't have one. Not exactly. I like a lot of animals.
How about a
Well.
rabbit?
Bunnies are cool. They move really fast.
He goes,
literally in my
little-
head.
Fred's not an animal.
Anyway,
Just the
yeah, well,
little.
do you looks at the notes, the robot shirt. Do you like robots?
Yeah.
And I make a Gundam mech, basically, like the effect of like a simplified Gundam mech come out, and it goes, and it goes off the page, and then goes around.
Yeah, IT will absolutely follow it and be like, as loud as he is, just in the top of his lungs,
It's like me.
and he's pointing at his leg.
And do you see like the very, very like happy aunt look? Like the big sister, like just smile, just like, yeah, I did good. Just and with Penny, I'm assuming, who is just like still staring at
Oh
the
yeah.
whales breaching and pod hopping around her. Yes, I did research on whales. I used to watch Free Willy. Okay.
Yep. Hmm.
I was that nerd. But yeah, just fully. Oh yeah, that too. Um, but yeah, just fully
Realizing that
on.
anything Nora could show the kids would scare the shit out of them.
Oh yeah. And
Mhm.
Liz is the same way. As I feel like
Like,
Nora and Liz are just holding back and watching this whole spectacle.
How
I
come they
do
get
kind
the
of.
fun ones?
They stayed with the kids. You guys didn't.
I
No,
do
no,
kind
no,
of.
no, the fun powers.
Oh.
They got all the fun powers, all the kid-friendly shit.
I get to make people think that they're high, sort of.
No,
I don't
that's
need
not high.
magic
That's
powers for that. I
hallucinating.
need a flower.
Okay.
That is actually a good question. Would have already seen, because already saw the strings on Penny, right?
Yes.
Would have anything changed?
What I had typed. That's what I
What
was
do you
asking.
mean? Oh, what did you say, Morai?
When stuff went down in the theater, would Jessa or anybody notice anything with the strings on the kids? Because you said I could see the strings.
Yeah. You can see the other three grow to kind of taunt, like they're about to break. But on Penny, there's still complete control.
All right. All right, kids, let's settle down. Who wants to go read a book?
Obi automatically.
No. Froggy.
Orbit tablet, orbit only to frog.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
The frog just
What
like
this word?
hugs.
And he just says the word that says no written on a piece of paper.
I think we're seeing the strings now.
Hikaru, roll for me.
What do you
If
want me
anyone
to-
wants to try and see the strings again.
So another investigate.
Yes, please.
Meanwhile, Garrett grabs the taut strings from the kids and plays a sick bass solo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Y'all,
Just why?
nope, still does not see that.
Because it would be fun if he could.
I know.
He
I
can.
know.
He just doesn't give a shit.
They are not a fuse.
Yeah, especially not on Penny. I take note of where, because I'm assuming I'm just kind of looking over the library as a whole, because I technically am still working. And do I note where Nora and Lizzie are just kind of hanging back?
Yes.
I go over to Lizzie and go, hey, you alright?
Can't do much with kids.
Yeah. You can still socialize, even if you can't show off your quirks.
Do you know the type of stories that I'm in?
No, I only got the gist. Remember, we kind of talked and ran?
Yeah. Kids don't like my part of the story. Why do you think they don't see me? Kids are weird. Kids are one of the few normies, if they are normies, that can see us.
Because kids are limitless.
Exactly.
Wow. Oh, if only Warren were here, he'd go into some philosophical speech about this.
Oh, God, can you imagine? How many hours would we hear?
Probably about 4. Honestly, I don't mind.
We'll have to ask him when we next see him.
Yes. In fact, like, look over at Warren. Where is Warren?
Lizzie, do you
Went
want
to the
to
theater.
stay
The theater?
at my place so you're not alone?
Yes, I was actually going to ask if that'd be alright, Nora.
I'm not using my bed.
Just looks at Nora, not understanding.
Yeah,
Lizzie can sleep.
It's the same thing of like,
If Lizzie wants to sleep, her bed's not being used right now because Nora can't sleep.
Does Nora actually say that?
she's
Because
got
otherwise it just doesn't sound right.
No, she explains.
The
Oh,
Smile Man thing.
Smile Man.
She's just gonna like show Lizzie.
I was wondering if Pandora had like rubbed off on you or something. I got real worried there, Nora.
Absolutely not.
Holy shit.
I mean,
No, she's her own circus.
Yeah, she is.
Yes, she's. And just kind of just the goodness.
More like one of those free rides.
Give me a second,
I've
guys.
cleaned
Like a
so
petting zoo
much.
with a.
I've cleaned up
I think they're
so
called heavy
much.
petting zoos.
On the table. It's really funny. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, only the like newbie awakened get caught by the smile things." Meanwhile, Nora's just like about that.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't judge me, all right?
Like,
I wanted to ask Sarah about that.
Sarah's just about to get back.
I know.
New enough. It's only been a year. You're still a baby.
just goes.
So you mentioned that only newbie awakens.
Normally.
Okay.
You were
Wrong
place,
and
wrong
like
time.
as she shows Lizzie, she's like, so yeah, I don't know what's up with that, but I'm kind of fucked too.
You were with them? You
Yeah,
didn't
she
try
was-
to drag them inside?
Warren
Lizzie.
opened the door on us.
Lizzie, we talked about this.
Oh.
Warren did not. Soren did.
Lizzie, we talked about this. Remember, Soren made the door disappear, talking cat, that whole
Yeah.
shit.
Oh.
Yeah, we couldn't get back inside. Remember, Nora grabbed me and I got grabbed?
Yeah. Okay, so that's how that happened.
Yes.
You were in the wrong place at the wrong time. I am so
Yes,
sorry.
I was. We all were. It was horrible. Anyway, we should not be speaking such language in front of kids in the library.
They can't see me, can't hear me.
Arby say fuck now. Yo!
No, no.
IT immediately hearing that.
I can
No.
say fuck now.
No, you cannot.
And this
No,
is
you
why I
cannot.
shouldn't be around kids, Artie.
It's simply new word. Arby to learn new word.
I told you no.
Arby also teaches Frog Kung Fu fighting. Hacha!
Oh no.
Reason why those two characters have never been in a game together.
I look at them and I go, no, you're not allowed to say it.
Oh,
If you
Sure?
if you say it, I take away the frog.
shit.
Decisions.
Ah. Where did you learn that word?
Oh, Arby taught Arby.
Go.
Arby taught it.
Where did you learn that,
Oh.
Obi?
Arby learned from Erika's uncle. IT uncle. Sorry.
Kids.
Arby know lots of things.
Of course you do.
Arby keeps know many things Arby knows secret. Because if Arby tell you all things Arby know, it blow small mind. Well, big mind. You're a bigger person, but you know.
I'm gonna have to mute you two. Because Obi cannot shut up.
I love it so much.
Oh, I know.
And Artie's just
Sorry,
like,
you brought back one of my characters that is just chaos incarnate. There should have been some.
Him
I
and
am here
Idicus
for
were
this.
brought back together,
it's horrific.
and they're
It's
best
amazing.
friends.
Definitely here for this.
It's so great. I'm assuming Dolly's also like, don't say the word. Already said no.
Dolly is
Or Dolly just don't care.
Dolly doesn't
Dolly's
care.
heard worse.
Dolly has heard much worse.
Yes, I remember
And-
her. And then I remember who her dad is. Yeah, she
Yeah.
probably had a buzz.
Dolly, I know words I'm not allowed to say.
I know, dear. I know your father.
Rightfully so.
How are the books coming along?
Oh, and goes back to work.
Do you want me to get you more?
No,
Do you want paper to draw on?
no.
Okay. Anyway, you two behave, please.
Liz puts her hands up. I'm not going near 'em. I don't need them thinking I'm like an ogre or something.
We'll take you both. You're coming to Nora's tonight, right?
Yeah, I'll go pack a bag. Nora, you want to come with?
Yeah.
Oh no, I left my room in disorganized. Oh no.
Do you want me to clean it
Oh,
up?
no. Please.
I'll
I
clean
can
it up.
I can't.
clean. I'll clean while you pack.
Thank you.
If you don't mind, Artie.
Prefer the reverse of that. Lizzie knows where everything goes.
And I know what Lizzie takes with her to sleepovers.
Yes. Please. And
Well,
I need to stay with
They were
Beatles
best
and-
friends.
They were really close at one point.
they were roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
Oh my god.
They were roommates. Sorry.
My God, look at this strange ancient fertility ritual device. It's a dildo.
What?
Anyways, so we're
Choo choo.
the two of them are
Yeah.
going to Lizzie and Artie's dorm.
Should I
Both
describe
of them
their
are like,
dorm?
kids, we're not good with kids.
Yeah, no. Oh, would Hikaru be joining them? Because
That would be leaving the kids by themselves.
No, because I'd be there.
Artie and Morai are still there.
Okay.
Audie and the two people persons. Yeah.
The two people
The
person.
adultier adults.
The
On
adults,
that-
you adults, the teen moms.
On that note, I assume it's around the end of the day-ish,
Yeah.
like nearing.
Yeah.
we could just meet you guys back at my place.
All right.
Unless
What day are you guys on?
3?
Count.
We're on a third night.
Okay,
Oh wait,
so fourth night.
this. Oh wait, this is separate. Not me. Never mind.
So night 4. So you guys only got like what, 3 more nights?
Hopefully.
Maybe 2?
We'll say 3 because I'm not risking it.
These things are nasty.
You don't say.
I don't know how you're surviving right now. And I feel like that is them leaving. Hikaru is welcome to join Nora and Liz
No.
on there.
Hikaru is staying with the kids.
Okay.
That is not where the bookmarks go. No.
Oh, if you have left either Obi or IT loose at this point, the ADHD has taken hold of both of them.
Do you want to draw? Do you like drawing?
IT is not as much of a fan, and he even looks at you. He's like,
I'm really good at building stuff.
Do you say building?
yes.
Could get some blocks and I could read them the story.
I'm gonna.
I could read them a story.
Do you want story time? Does everyone want to hear a really cool story? I'll do my cool trick.
They look at each other, and they're just,
Okay.
Dolly, you want to join in?
Dolly, laser focused on it. Nope. You gave Dolly a
Different side of
job,
the ADHD.
huh?
The different side of ADHD.
You gave Dolly a
Hyper-focus.
task.
And look at Penny. You want to join in? I'm assuming the
Yeah.
whales are still flying around her at this rate.
Oh,
still.
yeah. She's just happily watching those.
Do you want to join in on story time? There'll be cool things.
Yeah.
All right. Do you mind if Penny gets the first pick of the book?
Are you talking to IT Nobi?
Yeah.
They're like, IT at least is,
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Or we have no preference.
Okay. Penny, you want to pick out a book?
she goes into the rows.
I walk with her. And I lift her up if she needs help grabbing a book.
It's almost as if she doesn't have control, as she is led to the book Pinocchio.
Do you want? I look at her very, 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 very seriously, but with the kind, like, student, like the kind librarian smile. Do you want to read that, sweetie?
And she kind of gets close to you.
It was my mommy's favorite.
We'll go ahead and bring that one up. And I'm going to go into one of the study rooms, which I feel like I'm going to go into like I feel like is there like a librarian lounge
There would be,
or a kid area, like a kids section?
there would be like a kids section.
Bean bags. Going over into a bean bag, and I go, Penny, you want to sit in my lap and help me read?
Yeah.
Come on, kids, come on. And I basically get this large bean bag and just have like all the kids like huddled around me.
I'll kind of keep an eye on the rest of the library while she's
Mhm.
indisposed.
As you do, though,
Start reading the story.
Penny as you get to the part of the book about the whale crashing into the waves,
There will be drawings.
she kind of looks up at you.
Mm-hmm.
I know what it's like to be in a car crash. And I'm cutting back to the other group.
Fuck. You fucker. Oh no.
You've Grant, Garrett, and Warren. What is your plan?
So Warren actually does have a plan, but he will quickly, like, he'll leave the room for a moment and talk to Garrett and Grant about the plan he's got at the moment. Because his plan is to talk to the Blue Fairy at this point.
Okay.
But
If that's the wife, she's dead.
no, in Pinocchio, there's the reason Pinocchio comes to life to begin
I
with.
watched it when I was a kid.
Then you know it's the fairy.
You didn't hear him. She died in a car crash. He uses drugs to see her. This is really fucked up, you guys.
Yeah,
Just to
what if the
throw
Blue
a wrench
Fairy
in the
is an
face.
actual mythos we're dealing with?
What's to say that spirits can't have mythos?
What's to say? Also, fairies have rules.
Okay.
And contracts and a penchant for games.
I still think she's dead, but trying to appeal to him didn't work. The Logos just doesn't care. He's too lost in the grief.
Yeah,
Or is something have hold of him?
that's kind of
So
where
if
I'm leaning.
I didn't get that impression. I saw all the strings.
I
The
didn't
kids-
necessarily meet Lilith per se, but it kind of feels like that. That there's some part of him that's expressing itself.
Yeah, he's messed up.
Besides, the only way to properly
He's-
appeal to someone like that is to literally shatter them.
And he's parading his daughter's corpse around.
Or created something in the likeness of his daughter, which he's parading around.
Still messed up.
Question 2,
Well,
but we're talking about the ethics of the matter. Should Penny suddenly go limp, what would the other 3 think?
You want to put them through that? They're just kids.
no. What might be the smartest choice is to literally ask. And this is something that I don't think happens as much as we should be doing, but to ask the child's opinion.
Will it be her
How much?
opinion, though?
Agency do you think
Just-
the child has?
Well, if there is an actual blue fairy that is given the power to bring back to life, then there's going to be some agency. Otherwise, it's a simulacrum that is currently walking around just expressing the grief itself. And to say that, look, there is no right answer to begin with something like this. And unfortunately, it's not a right or wrong sort of situation. It is and even then, it's maybe just be what we think is right versus what they think is right. It just comes down to a difference of ideals.
And question 2, while speaking of ideals, what gives us the right to choose?
Exactly.
So there may be an
However, if the child is something that has an option to choose, even if it's just his own subconscious speaking to us through that, the child should be the one to choose, in my own philosophical opinion.
You know he's using you as a 9-volt battery, right?
That part I'm a little less aware on, which means that if I go
Yeah.
down, everything goes down, doesn't it?
Strings from you to him.
There are strings
They
on me from
persist.
him. I cannot see these strings, by the way. There are strings
I-
on me to him?
That's what he said. And that's what
And
I
you
saw.
saw these strings?
Sort of. When I go wherever I go, I can see more stuff than I should. And I was able to pick up the strings. He's using you like a battery to power his corpse daughter.
And then stealing
That's
my
fucked
time to be
up.
able to do things.
And
I'm still going to ask the kid what she wants.
Well, and if
Not
you're
disagreeing.
impacted most of us, then I'll follow your lead.
So maybe head back to the library?
I'm gonna stay here and watch. And he just sort of, it kind of looks like he falls into a space behind like a cabinet.
I'll stand by with Garrett.
Cool. Soren?
He
I've got
literally
snackies.
kind of or I don't want to say it evaporates because that's the right word.
Apparates.
Evaporates. Thank you. Brain just totally died on me. Just kind of on your shoulder and walks across it to appear here. Yeah?
You stay here with these guys. There's something that pops up, you come to me, okay?
Okay. I got scritches.
Good, Soren. Also,
He
if things
looks-
go badly and things become dicey and you're worried, please definitely come over. Also, you go back on wet food today.
Okay, that I can do. And he kind of starts pawing at Garrett
Oh, the shadow.
or at the shadow
Where Garrett's supposed to
where
be. It's
Garrett
like,
should be. It's just like, hold me. Hold me.
it doesn't
Hold
work like that.
me.
I'm here too. I could hold you, but it's all right.
Looks Grant up and down. Back to Garrett. Hold me.
I'm literally a
me.
shadow right now.
You're the most
Soren, you and I
interesting thing in
both
the room.
know. Soren, you and I both know that you can just.
Artie
Our
holds me.
reality is different than ours.
Artie
Our
holds me.
reality is different than theirs. Just do what you need to do to be in his reality.
I am not here.
Soren can see you when you're in the shadows.
Oh, I know he can.
That makes
And
sense.
he'll-
Half in, half out.
Well, what do you think happens when cats stare at walls for no reason at 3 a.m?
It's Garrett.
It's
Always
Garrett.
Garrett. It's never anyone else. But Warren does head over to the library.
When I see Warren leave, Garrett, it's strange that we haven't spoken at all to any of the others. We've kind of kept with our group. But I know we don't trust the angels. But at the same time,
don't trust Ron. Adrian's weird.
all the same,
I think those were your characters, dude.
they have information.
It's Roy.
It's fine. It's the winged ones. It's kind of hard to miss them.
Did we call him Ron?
You call
You call them Ron. It's Roy
you
and
call him
Adrian,
Ron
but it's okay.
Adrian.
What is it supposed to be?
Roy and A. Let
And
me
what?
pull up my notes again.
Pretty sure it's Roy and
Because if
Adrian.
it's
Roy.
if it's
like,
Roy
one
and
kid that-
Andrew, I'm gonna feel so fucking dumb.
It is in fact Roy and Adrian.
Okay,
Adrian.
good. At least I got one of them right.
You got one right.
It's fine.
Why did
We're
I say
okay. We're
Roy?
sleep deprived and
Yeah.
slightly under duress, so we can get some names wrong right now. All right.
And
It
over
just-
caffeinated.
It was one of those for me that I was like, wait, who are they talking about?
Anyway,
I'm like, is Ron one of the characters from Carnage Tyson we haven't met yet?
that's next week.
That's next week.
Anyway, they know something, or at least know things that would at least be nice to be aware of.
Jerks and they know things.
I mean,
They're jerks and they know things.
well, I understand there's easy to kind of put them in a box. They've seemingly
He's-
been around for longer.
He's certainly trying to ingratiate himself with us. And
I'd
don't
agree.
know.
He definitely has a motivation.
And I mean, on the other hand, son of a bitch flashbanged me.
There were 3 of them. And the third,
The school
you at least
president.
believe is the president, which means that if he had orders from the president to do something, he would be insane to go against.
Guess. All right, what's Geppetto up to?
Looks like he's still hammering away at something in the other room.
He is just continuing to work.
He's working uninterrupted. So realistically, the only one that's impacted presently is Warren. My concern is that he'd start affecting others. So who was it that was before Warren? And what happened to them?
Yeah, I don't know. We don't even know when the crash was. What do we?
Depends on how long ago it was. Auto accidents may not have been particularly common and probably would have made the paper.
3 years, and it was in the paper.
Actually,
I'm
yeah,
not local. Garrett's a local.
Garrett's a
would know.
local. Yeah, 3 years ago, it was kind of a big deal. Whole community kind of rallied around this guy, and then he just sort of disappeared.
It's traumatic if it's something. It has been something different that would have caused him to well, if or it's hard to tell what causes people to develop these abilities.
Yeah, we went to he said something about a deal.
So that would suggest he saw something, possibly after coming into contact with this dust. Saw something, made a deal with it. So do we know anybody, if we took some of it to, well, one that knew their stuff, would they be able to identify it better? Unless you happen to just know what it is offhand.
I have no idea what it is. He held up a bag of it, said it was for something. Probably party drugs.
Okay. And who might we know that would know party drugs?
Pandora.
So if we end up undetermined, even if we end up finding our path, maybe worth asking Pandora about what, well, the substance. Not, and we should make it clear we don't want any.
Don't think she'll try to sleep with me, but I could go ask.
If she attempts to just show the issue that we both have. The thing we
Oh.
can't say the name of, yeah, that thing is probably a solid reason not to,
From
get involved with
everything
somebody
I've
for a bit.
From everything what I've heard, it'd probably turn her on more.
Valid.
I could go talk to her.
We should probably stand by for Warren first.
Warren, okay. Okay.
Do you happen to have one of those drinks with you? Because it's definitely gonna be a long night standing here waiting.
You hear some rustling from, I guess it's behind an armoire, really, because that's where the darkest shadow would be. And then you just see this hand pop out, like this gray, gnarled, knobby hand with a Jolt Cola.
Thank you.
Cutting over to Nora and Liz. As you get to the dorm, you're cleaning it up, packing for Liz. So what's the plan then? You guys survive the next couple nights and then
Sleep.
are you coming back to help us?
Us?
Gwen, Pandora,
Oh boy.
Adrian, and I.
Adrian.
Trust me, I'm not a fan of him.
And what do you guys need help with?
She kind of finishes up whatever she's doing, crosses her arms, and leans against Artie's bed. It's getting worse, Nora. There are more awakenings happening. Everything seems to be moving faster.
And you guys think that there's something we can do about it?
There has to be something we can do. I'm not about to let the world fucking end.
You were really the only one I wanted back in contact with. But yeah, I'll help.
Thank you. If Adrian is right, and what Glass is up to is much bigger than what we're expecting, those newbies are going to have to fight too. And I don't know how to get them ready for whatever's coming.
Well, we'll have to figure that out along the way, won't we?
Adrian won't even tell me what they're communing with, what they're talking to. He just says it's bigger than all of us.
Of course, that's all he'll say.
He says we don't want to know, or else it can see us.
Hmm.
If we know its name, it might even be able to control us.
Okay. Roy has no part in any of this, right?
Who? Roy?
Yeah.
God to know.
Great.
He thinks him and Adrian finally got on together.
Yeah. Let Roy think what he wants.
Yeah, trust me, Roy is not involved. The most he does is if someone gets really hurt, he heals them up. That's it.
I don't feel great being around either of them. But
Neither do I. The only reason I'm trusting Adrian is because he's been getting us some really good information recently.
okay.
And Derek says that we should give him a shot. If he's actually trading us this information for real, he might not be who we think he is.
Heavy on the might, I assume.
Heavy on the might.
It's never really been all that trustworthy anyway.
He wasn't trustworthy before.
After we get through this, I'll help
Thanks.
however I can.
I'm gonna help you guys as well.
Thank
You
you.
guys shouldn't have been dealing with the Smile Man alone. You should have found Gwen
Don't
or
say his name.
she's not affected, so she can.
Ah,
Does that mean Warren can?
Technically, yes. And so can Morai. You guys just don't know that yet.
If you see me space out or doze off at all, punch me, okay?
Not gonna punch you. That would really hurt. But I will make sure you stay awake.
Okay.
Do you want me to do some sneaky and grab some stuff from the time that I'm not supposed to?
Couldn't hurt.
I mean, the future does have better energy drinks. So much better.
Yeah. They'd probably taste better.
She's not Pandora. That's Pandora's specialty.
no, I was thinking.
Oh no.
Energy
I'm
drinks.
talking specifically to Scar because he was
Oh,
I'd
I didn't see
assume
what he said.
that Lizzie has given me such energy drinks from the future before.
Oh yeah, she has. But it was
Great.
something that the group had told her, don't mess with the timeline, butterfly effect and shit like that.
If you could grab some of the fruit punch Rockstar, I could really use that.
Absolutely. Do you want me to bring some for the newbies? They might need it.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's better than Tab. God, it's better than Tab. And you don't really even blink as she's there with like an armful of monsters, Rockstar, Rain, basically any time period that there has been. Yeah. Four Loco.
God,
Original Four Loco. Not the gross stuff that came later.
You would not believe the way I missed you.
I missed you too.
Artie wants to discuss what she saw on the night we saw the thing. The dude.
You mean the portal? And I'm pretty sure that was the thing that we're not supposed to talk about.
No, she wants to discuss me.
Oh, whoa. How do you?
I had to let someone out in order to actually help.
Was it bad? Was it Belphegor again? God, it wasn't Belphegor again, was it?
It was Stolas.
Oh, thank the gods. He's not that bad.
No.
Did he flirt?
No, I just grabbed her and ran.
Good. Yeah.
But she saw it, and I imagine it probably frightened her. So
it always does the first time.
Yeah. Who came out that you saw the first time?
First timer, the 50th. Or should I say 72nd?
And who was that for Ruth?
We'll figure that out off stream because yeah. As sweet, wonderful things of packing and reconnecting are happening.
But also apparently someone was protecting me and kicked them out of my apartment. I don't know who that was, but I'm kind of worried about it.
Yeah, probably should be.
Yeah.
I really hope it wasn't Balthazar.
I hope it wasn't.
Cutting back to the library.
So
Where-
picking. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And at this point, I will say Warren has probably walked in. Warren,
Hey, Artie.
roll me
Hey, Warren.
investigate.
You
As
know-
you
know
find
the
Artie
kids.
covered in children.
Dolly. He would probably know Dolly.
He would absolutely know Dolly. He'd probably seen Obi and
13.
IT. Perfect. Obi and IT as
It's Obi IT.
as just like flashes of was there something there? I'm not sure.
I'm
Hey,
being
you're the
observed.
jackass who stole all my pens. Arbiter, yes.
Do you say jackass who stole my
IT
pens?
immediately.
Obi, no, not tell.
No, no,
Shush.
please don't use language. I've already had to stop them twice.
Arbiter said bad words, but fun words.
It's more saying that to Warren.
Yeah. Obi and IT immediately just like to Warren.
And you see
Just-
there's a paper frog that's looking.
Cool. So
And there's
It's nice to
literally
meet.
whales.
So your investigate roll, you can see the strings on the kids.
This is Penny.
On Penny's, unlike Penny's, Obi, IT, and Dolly's are all unraveling.
So, we're reading Pinocchio. And I'm giving Warren a knowing look of just don't say anything, please. Which
yeah,
you would-
I'm kind of gonna
which you would
have to.
know. Well, I give you the look of like.
And I give you the look
that
of
you
I'm
know.
going to have to.
He kind of rolls his eyes.
I just
Morai,
kind
what do you
of.
do?
Conversation between those two, and he's just like, "This ain't gonna end well."
You're gonna see like a little butterfly just kind of like land on your shoulder. Do you like grab it?
Yeah.
It
Actually, it's
unravels
less of a
and-
grab and more.
Do you look at it?
Yes.
It says on the wings, "Don't say anything." Like you see inks appear and go, "Don't say anything." This is more difficult than we think. This is more
Can I
'Cause
see
Artie doesn't
strings on
know.
Warren? Can I see strings
That is a
on
question.
Warren?
What did you say, Morai?
Can I see strings on Warren?
No,
Okay.
the strings are gone. They were gone back at Bickford's.
Just making sure.
Mm.
Penny finish her thought before he walked in?
That was all she said was, I know what it's like to be in a car accident or car crash.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What happened? You can say it in front of him. He's a big softy. He's a safe person.
I don't remember.
Annie, how much do you remember?
From today, I met
No,
Oh.
no. 3 years ago.
oh Mama and I got into a car accident.
And she says it just like that. It is the most rehearsed, repeated thing you've heard a child say.
Giving you a look of
Do you
love.
remember that? Or were you
Papa,
told it?
Papa tells me that we were in a car accident and that Mama is not coming home.
I kind of side glance at Warren.
I'm giving Warren a look of what the fuck are you asking this kid?
I'm so sorry to hear that, Penny.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Papa says that Mama doesn't hurt anymore and that it's okay.
Hey kids, why don't you go? Hey kids, Obi, your frog's getting away. Does he go run after it?
Obi would.
And
I can't speak for it perfectly, but yeah.
IT would absolutely follow.
I make it that the other kids are away.
Mm-hmm.
Carl will stick with the kids.
Hey. You want to know a secret?
Say that one more time.
She kind of goes, you want to know a secret?
Okay.
I lost my mom too.
It's hard. Papa works even longer than he used to. So I don't get to see him much, but I get to sleep in his office when he works really long.
Well,
Out of character, I'm going
Mhm.
to ask a question. Not like a big. It's just going, but it is going to be something that might be a little emotional. I'm just preparing people, and it's just, Penny, are you happy like this?
It's better today. I met really nice people. I met Obi and IT and Dolly, and I met Miss Artie.
Yeah, Artie's great.
I also met Mr. Garrett and Mr. Grant, and
she looks to Professor Morai.
I don't know your name yet. Jessa.
Nora did introduce herself, but that was about all she did.
Yeah.
But I do miss Mama.
do you want to hear? Do you like music? I remember we talked about it.
Yeah.
And when you ask if she likes music, she starts to sing. I've got no strings to hold me down, to make me laugh.
You want to hear something I listen to whenever I feel sad?
Sure.
And I reach into my bag, which I probably plopped next to the beanbag, and grab out a mixtape that you can't see the writing.
I heard meat bag instead of bean bag, and I just
bean.
Why? No.
I put two and two together. I just
The last time somebody was loud in the library.
Right.
And we know who was loud in the library. Just puts it into her player, and she grabs her headset off her neck and goes, "You want to listen?"
Okay.
And it's "Case of You" by Joni Mitchell.
Yeah, she just kind of happily bops along to the song.
She just clips it onto her overalls and lets her dance. And the whales begin to dance around her.
Artie.
Yeah.
father's stealing other people's time. To keep her going.
I'm kind of putting my hands over the headset so that she can hear things and less things outside.
She
He's
has it
speaking
up loud.
calmly and lowly.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming you like scoot over to where she's like dancing off and to where
Mm-hmm.
she didn't make it out of that car accident. Wait,
Chances are good. She's
Right?
already dead.
because
Would have been your freshman year car accident, mother and child dead.
would I recognize the photo? Like, would she look like a carbon copy, basically, of a little bit older of the photo? If
Yes.
there was a news article.
Yes.
Would she even look older?
Yes.
That was freshman year. That was freshman year. Stealing herself as much as she can. Trying to not show emotion to the kids. And that secret Warren would not know. And what are we gonna do? She's just a kid.
I don't know. I want to give her the option. And it's a terrible option. It's a terrible decision. But is it better if we make it for her?
The story of Pinocchio becomes a real boy.
Her father,
Do we get a real girl, or do we get?
a facsimile. That is the question. The key thing is,
She's just sitting there, just like, and like you can see like the drawings falter for a second and then continue, and they're going around and kind of leading her to the kids, and just playing KCU, and it's gonna go into a few other songs as well. She said that she was going through a rough time, and she's just a little kid. She shouldn't have to deal with this. This isn't Warren. How is she to know if this is a good? How do we ask that question? How?
there isn't a good way to do it. We simply would have to ask. We are all victims in waiting. There's little we can do, but take the hardest steps forward.
If it's taking other people, it's not. If it's taking other people away, then that's not good. But she's a kid. She
Yes.
be here this. When? So her dad works here.
In the theater department. Little tiny windowless room. Working.
Did he look like he was crying?
I don't think he ever stopped.
She touched my hand, and I saw a windowless room with a man sitting crying over a desk. That's his little girl. You can't. I'm going to. Oh, fuck. How can I roll to try to like steel myself on this?
I'm going to actually cut from you for a moment.
Okay.
Give you some time.
Cut over to Morai. As someone walks up behind you, puts their hand on your shoulder. What you see is a deep forest green with golden highlights on it. And you all have yourself quite a problem here. Do you need a hand?
I turn to look at who it is.
The individual in front of you is tall, about 6'7", with hair so black so red, it's almost black. Eyes a green, emerald mixed with dandelion color. As what he stands he is wearing absolutely the most 80s suit you've ever seen, but in a forest green with golden accents on it. And his jet black painted nails kind of come out in front of you. I can help you all. I'm a friend. And that's where I'm dropping the curtain for tonight.
Ah.
I knew it was coming.
Lovingly DM, you motherfucker.
I love you too. Okay. All right. Thank you so much to all my players. You guys put up with so much of my bullshit, and I love you guys. Thank you to my producer, who I'm so sorry that like you're having a hard time. I can see it. I'm checking on you after, so please stay. Thank you to chat. As always, I couldn't read your comments, but I thank you for being here. And thank you to those watching in the future on YouTube or the VOD. If you watched to hear it, you must have liked it. So please hit the bell, subscribe, do all the things to know when something goes out. We are on how many times a week?
5 coming on 6.
5, almost 6 times.
Check Mondays. We got a new show coming.
Yes. And with a world as dark as ours is, please be nice to each other. Night, y'all.
Bye.
Goodbye.